Right then, it's Friday, and that means one thing. There are a load of brand new movies out today, which means it is now time to catch up with our movie critic, Van Connor, who comes on the show every Friday to discuss 2 of the movies that you could go and see this weekend and give his very honest opinion on them. Good morning, Van Connor. How are we? You all right?
I'm all right, Mr. Ball. How are you doing this week?
Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much. It's Friday. Always happy on a Friday. Everyone's in a much better mood on a Friday, I find.
It helps when the weather's nice, doesn't it? So I'll tell you what, I'll give you a couple of reasons to stay out of cinemas. How about that?
Right, okay. So, 2 movies you're going to talk about today. Gran Turismo in a moment, and first we're going to start with Haunted Mansion. So what's this one all about without obviously the obvious with it being a haunted mansion?
Well, I mean, obviously, yes, it does involve a haunted mansion. It's an adaptation. It's a movie based on the Disneyland ride, which is the second time they've tried to do it with this one. Because obviously, it worked for Pirates of the Caribbean in 2003.
Yeah.
Since then, obviously, we have had Tomorrowland, which is something about 2015, thereabouts. But in the middle of it, back in about 2004, you had Haunted Mansion, which starred Eddie Murphy, and no one really showed up for it, and it's not really that fondly remembered. But Disney thought there was potential in this, so let's have another go. So they've got Justin Simien, the writer-director of Dear White People, to come down and handle this. And it's got a cast that includes Lakeith Stanfield, it's got Tiffany Haddish, it's got Danny DeVito, it's got Owen Wilson, it's got Jamie Lee Curtis, it's got Jared Leto. It's got a hell of a cast, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Not got a hell of a plot. It's just about a single mum who buys a mansion because she can't afford anywhere else, because that's the kind of movie this is.
Oh.
And it's haunted. So she hires a team of guys to come and clear it out. And yeah, I'll tell you what, have a listen to this clip and see if it appeals to you after all that.
I've done it 1,000 times.
You see, you say it like that. Makes me feel like you've never done it.
Yes, I have. I've probably done it like 10,000 times.
Why elevate it to that level? Then I don't believe it at all. How am I going to get into this?
Believe it, boo. Believe it. Now, if I'm gone for more than 10 minutes, ring this bell. If I get lost, it'll help me find my way back. See, I have to be very raw in order to go into the other side. This is a picture of my dog that tragically moved to live on a farm. Actually, got hit by a car. Bursted like a water balloon.
Sis. Wait, what? What?
Okay, so a nonsensical plot, but it's got some decent celebs in it. Has it got anything else going for it, apart from the fact it's got a lot of celebrities that we already know?
I mean, I forgot. I feel ashamed of myself because I forgot Rosario Dawson, which, you know, I've got to hand him a nerd card. I got about a week before Ahsoka comes out on Disney Plus. I got to hand him my nerd card for forgetting, you know, Rosario Dawson. But let's say it's an absolute tonal mess. It's completely shambolic. It's predictable as anything. And to be honest, for a horror comedy, it's amazing that both the funniest and scariest thing about it is the absolutely garish level of product placement, which actually reaches the stage where at one point a character is talking about how their wife died and stops dead in the middle to name drop an ice cream brand. Because capitalism, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's not as bad as what we're going to talk about next, but it's up there. I mean, on a production design level, it's going for Casper 1995, but it has nowhere near the charm, heart, likability, or even the spooks of 95 Casper. So you know what? Seek out Casper from 1995 this weekend instead and watch that, because it's awesome. And it's aged brilliantly.
What's this rated at? Is this not going to be aimed at sort of younger kids?
Well, it's a 12A because it's our movie in 2023, and that's just how they make money now. Everything's just rubber stamped as 12As now.
So, I mean, would you say the younger members of the family might sit and enjoy this, or would they get quite bored with it as well?
To be honest with you, the younger members of the family would probably be the only people who can't predict where this is going. Anyone else is just going to be sitting there going bored as hell within the first 5 minutes going, oh, let me see if I can guess where this plot's going to wind up. And believe me, it does. It absolutely does. You can beat for beat call this out in the first 5 minutes. Oh. It is as rote as anything.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But, I mean, if you did want to go and make your mind up yourself, Haunted Mansion, it's out today in cinemas. All right, Gran Turismo. Let's talk about this. This was a computer game that I remember playing quite a bit in my childhood.
Yeah, you can tell our ages that we still refer to them as computer games, can't you? Because nowadays they're just video games. You know you're over 35 when you still call them computer games.
True.
But yeah. So I think it's a PS1 game originally.
Yeah.
The original, Formula One racing simulator. Like, this is the definitive one, as we're told in a lengthy bit of diatribe at the start of the movie, in which we're told, this is the greatest racing simulator ever devised. It's the most realistic thing. Designed by this guy and so time. They scanned cars. They did physical tests on drivers. It's accurate to a T. Now, this is based on a true story that spins out of that, in which Jan Mardenborough, I think his name is, was a real-life Gran Turismo player who got recruited and turned into an actual racer on the back of his skill on the game. The idea being that the game had trained him so fully that he only needed to muster the physical side of it, and he had all the skills of a racer. He had all the hand-eye coordination, everything. This is the fictionalized version of that, complete with David Harbour as the "I don't believe in you until I do" racing coach, the skeptic. You've got Jaimin Hunsu as the "I don't believe in you until I do" dad figure. And you've got Orlando Bloom as the "I believe in you until I don't" marketing exec who comes up with the whole thing. I've got a clip for you. This is mostly trailer cut, but you get a sense of the action vibe.
Listen, son. You think you're gonna play a stupid video game about cars and you're gonna become a race car driver?
All I ever wanted to do is be a racer. I'm doing it.
The 10 of you are the best Gran Turismo players in the world. Now is your chance to race real cars.
This is insane.
It's not gonna work. The guys who race are elite athletes. Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
That's where you come in.
You think you can do the impossible. I'm here to prove that you can't.
You get tired, you get sloppy, you get hurt, and you lose races!
You puked on my lawn.
See, I've got a feeling anyone of a certain age who ever played Gran Turismo when they were younger or on a video game is going to want to go and see this just because it's called Gran Turismo.
I don't think so. I mean, this is like Last Starfighter for idiots would be the best way to describe this one. I mean, genuinely makes Need for Speed look like Top Gun Maverick. It's honestly, it's abysmal. I mean, the best thing for filmmakers this year has been the release of The Flash. I'm sure a lot of filmmakers are very glad that The Flash came out this year because it means that their movie is destined to avoid being called the worst one of the year. But it's something where you find yourself debating when you see a movie like this. And the idea that this has been brought to the screen, this has been helmed by District 9 director Neil Blomkamp, of all people, is frankly disheartening. It's enough to make you question your love of cinema. Thing is, though, it is well directed, and there's a lot of really cool footage in there. There's a lot of use of drone footage and things like that. It looks the part, and whatever they're paying David Harbour and Jaimin Hunsu, I promise, is not enough. Because they are carrying the film, solely between the two of them. There is a frankly hilarious supporting role for Jerry Halliwell in there as the kid's mum, who at one point stops a family drama dead to just say, "These lentils are nice, aren't they?" And you're like, Jerry, what are you doing, love? What are you doing? Stop this. Just get the girls back together, get back on stage. This is embarrassing now. Knock it off. And then Jaimin Hunsu, who, I mean, aside from just playing a fictionalized version of my dad, I just feel bad for him that this is where his career has gone. Really? This is the guy from Amistad, and we're putting him in tripe like this. I'm sorry. No, sorry state of affair for cinema, this one. Sorry state of affairs completely. No, this is absolute bilge. I think you would have to be really narratively challenged or a fanboy of just an obscene order to really just to fall for this absolutely inane pandering. In a year that's seen films made out of BlackBerry, Nike sneakers, Tetris, and the development of all those products, this is far and away the most embarrassing one of that little weird subgenre.
Wow, don't hold back, Van. I mean, you can be honest on this show. It's fine.
It wasted a Tuesday evening, man.
Well, if you want to make your own mind up and go and see Gran Turismo, it is in cinemas from this weekend. What have we got next week, Van, to talk about?
I'm very happy to say that next week is a film I've been looking forward to for a long time. It is Will Ferrell in the R-rated talking dog movie Strays next week. And because the human race just can't suffer enough, there's another DC movie out. This time it's Blue Beetle.
Well, we'll see what you thought of those next week. Have a lovely weekend, Van. Enjoy, and we'll catch up on Friday.
Till the next time, good sir.
Thank you, Van. Right, the cause now. This is What Can I Do?